Friday. And
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, as you can see, Corey's not here, so we will march on. And I got a little more hair than Corey, not much, but a little more. So Amy, you guys all know Amy Mackey. She's in her kitchen, so you know it's going to be fun. You know it's going to be informative, and you know she knows what she's doing in that kitchen. And for those of you that don't know me, shout out to all the Trailblazer coaching program folks that are joining us today. I'm John Fitzgerald. I am one of the health coaches for the Plantstrong coaching program. So Amy, what are we doing today?
We are taking over the Facebook Live today. We have pushed Corey out of the way for the day because we are building a great big bowl. One of our favorite things to do at Plantstrong is to build bowls that makes eating this way, living this way, super, super simple. And we are bringing you one of our favorite bowls that we're going to make using the Firehouse chili today. I love this bowl. It is super satisfying, whether you have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whether you have it on a salad, on a wrap, on a pizza. It's amazing.
You know, one of the things, Amy, that's so incredible is anytime you talk to someone about, oh, I eat plant-based, or, you know, I only eat fruits, vegetables, grains, blah, the first thing they say is, I could never do that. It's got to be so hard to eat that way. And we just kind of laugh, right? If you've been doing this long enough, if you're watching this and you've been doing this for a while, you know that that's a fallacy. That's a myth that people use as an excuse not to make the switch to eating healthier. So one of the things that Plantstrong goal is to help everyone realize that, yes, plant-based eating is extremely healthy, but it's also very, very easy to do. So one of the things we like to do is come on, talk to you about different recipes and how to make this life this easy. Guess what? We're going to help you do that today with this incredibly delicious recipe. So how do we want to start, Amy?
Well, one of the things that I want to talk about is that we have these amazing bowl builders that we can do all kinds of different ingredients with. We can do all kinds of different styles, whether you want to do a curry bowl, a noodle bowl, whether you want to make like a burrito bowl, an Italian bowl, a Greek bowl. My gosh, the list just goes on and on and on, the different things that you can do to build a bowl. But one of the things that makes it really, really simple is if you batch cook. Now, you might already have the batch cooking guide. If you do, then you already know about how simple it can be to batch cook your base ingredients for your bowls in just 45 minutes. If you do not have the batch cooking guide, head on over to the Plantstrong community after we're done here, and you can download that guide as well. I'll make sure that I bump it up in the community for you so it's easy to find. But when you are batch cooking your ingredients, that's the hardest part of cooking, right? Rice takes like 35 minutes. You know, if you want to bake some potatoes, they're 45 minutes. But we show you how to do the whole deal, to do your rice, your lentils, your potatoes, all of those things, some quinoa, all in 45 minutes, all at the same time. So you're not spending days on end in the kitchen. And then once you have your basic bowl building bases already prepped, it is so simple to build a bowl that all you have to do is assemble the ingredients. If you've ever been to a salad bar, if you've ever been to a Chipotle restaurant or a Subway or any place like that, you already know how to build bowls. But the amazing thing about this is that you can do it super plant strong, oil-free, keep your sodium in check, load up on greens, and just have an explosion of flavors when you are assembling all of these things in your own kitchen.
You know, it's amazing, Amy, when people talk again about doing this, they're all like, I'm too busy. I can't do all this cooking. If you're not batch cooking already, what are you waiting for? This is something that I didn't used to do, right? You would make the meal the day you were going to eat it. But when you batch cook, yes, the first couple times you do it, it seems like a lot because you're spending some time on Sunday or whenever you're going to do it. Sunday's a great time for me to do it. And you're cooking all the potatoes and all the rice that you need. And if you home cook your beans, that's when you do that too. And when you have all that stuff done, when you have it cooked and ready to go, boom, yeah, if you want to reheat it to warm it up a little bit when you're making your bowl, fine. But you're not starting from scratch. You're not cooking your potatoes for 45 minutes for that one meal. They're already cooked. They're already soft. You just have to throw them in the air fryer if you want to crisp them up. Throw them in the oven if you want to warm them up, or just eat them cold. A cold potato is absolutely delicious in any type of bowl. So find the time to batch cook because it really, again, makes this life easier for you during that busy, hectic week when you're racing kids to school and projects and sporting events and everything else.
Well, and the cool thing about bowl building is if you are gluten-free, you can sub out anything that might be in a bowl for an ingredient that you actually can eat and enjoy. If you don't like spicy things, I like spicy. So you're going to see me using some spicy ingredients today. But if you don't like spicy, skip those. Add something else instead. There is no wrong way to build a bowl. I mean, I suppose you could load it up with cheese and meat and oil and all that kind of stuff. Yuck. But building a Plantstrong bowl, there's no wrong way to do it. You can add whatever ingredients that you like. There's no ingredient that, let's say, you can't add this to that because it's this kind of bowl. Have fun with it. Play with your food. Enjoy the different ingredients. Add some color. Think about the textures that you're adding. Add your favorite stuff in there. And these are the kind of things that you can also batch cook, because you can set out your containers for the week and build 6 bowls, for example. You can have all of your ingredients in there ready to go, have them in the fridge. So all you have to do is grab and go. You don't have to just have your batch ingredients in the refrigerator. You can actually assemble your bowls and have everything ready. You could do the same thing for your breakfast. You could do the same thing for snacks. The more things you have prepped and ready to go in your kitchen, the easier they are. The easier they are to grab when you really want a snack or want something really quickly. And so also think about things that you can stick in the freezer, because there are always going to be those days when you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to do this today. I really just want to go grab drive-through or order up some pizza. If you create some of these meals, these bowls that we're talking about, and you put them in the freezer, you will always have something ready to go. All you have to do is heat it up really quick. You'll never have that emergency situation where you're so starving, you just go get a Big Mac, right? Or an Impossible Whopper, or any of those things that we really don't want to be eating. So this is one of the things that I love so much about eating this way. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be super enjoyable, super simple, and super delicious.
You know what, Amy, as anybody knows, and Amy will back me up on this, I was never spice guy, right? Anyone that's in the Trailblazer coaching program, because I talk about it all the time, I was never spice guy. But when I started building bowls, right, it gave me an extra spark to put on the top of my bowl. So with a little help from Yellowbird, I started spicing up my bowls, and now I can't have a bowl without spice. I cannot. There it is. Well, that's still a little too hot for me. I'm working my way up to that one, Amy. But I'm telling you, what the great part about the bowls is you have all the prepped ingredients, right? And you make the bowl how you feel that night, right? Maybe you don't feel like black beans tonight, you feel like pinto beans, or maybe you don't feel like mango, you want to throw some strawberries or apples in there. That's the beautiful thing about bowls, is you just go with the flow and it's ready to go, quick, snap, easy, and you can change it up every night. Whereas if you make a large recipe, and let's say you're the only one that eats this way in the household, right? You make this big, large recipe, and now you're eating delicious lasagna or delicious whatever for day after day after day. It can get old, right? With the bowl, it's all the same base of ingredients, your greens, your potatoes, if you're making a potato bowl, and you just change the spark, change the toppings as you go along through the week. And every night seems like a brand new meal. And it can be just as easy as we're talking about.
Absolutely. We're going to actually get started making this bowl. And I wanted to let you know that one of the staples that goes into every bowl we make, no matter what, is greens. I'm going to use some arugula today. So when we get started, I'm going to start with the arugula, but John's going to tell you about the different kinds of greens that count as our greens.
Oh boy, Amy, I don't know if I can do the Essie wrap. Boy, that's a lot of pressure.
You don't have to do the wrap.
Okay.
Give them some ideas.
I got it. All right. So that's the thing. When you are making a bowl, you can make anything that you want. You can change the ingredients up. So you've got all your leafy greens that we're all familiar with, right? Spinach, arugula, kale, Swiss chard. But the other thing is, don't forget about the greens that don't fit into that type of description. Beets, beet greens, cauliflower, broccoli. Those are all things. Brussels sprouts. You can all use those as your greens. Hey, look at that, Amy. I'm already hungry. All right. So you can add whatever you want, any amount you want. And here's the thing that I love about changing up my greens is every bowl tastes different. No bowl gets boring. Everything is like a brand new. And when you change that spark, when I started adding hot sauce, don't get me going, but when I started adding that hot sauce, boom, that was amazing. So Amy's now adding some purple cabbage. It looked like potatoes, right, Amy? I think those were potatoes before that, maybe some tofu. And then on top of it, so just look at the beauty of that. That's the other thing. Amy makes beautiful bowls. They don't have to be beautiful. If you saw the bowls that I eat, you wouldn't take any pictures of it. You wouldn't be showing it on a Facebook Live, little green onion, right? You wouldn't be doing any of that, because I just throw it all together and mash it all together and start enjoying. Bok choy, Ms. Vegan, you're absolutely right. And so tomatoes, we've got a little orange tomatoes going on there. Oh, Amy, that looks amazing. You're doing it so fast too, Amy. That's the incredible part, is you're making it look pretty and doing it fast. Looks like cilantro. Now, listen, Amy's making this bowl and putting all this stuff on there. And some people, right, have that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. So you don't put cilantro in yours. You find the stuff that you like. And that's the beauty of, oh boy, there we go. I'm not quite up to the jalapenos yet. So that's the great thing again about bowls. They're quick, they're easy, they're modifiable. You can change them up every single day. And when you are making a bowl like this, look at all the ingredients that Amy's adding in there. I mean, she's got everything. Oh, here it comes. Here comes that firehouse chili. When you add all these things in there, the flavors, the changing of each spoonful, each bite, each fork is just makes it for me exciting, because no two bowls are ever the same. No two spoonfuls or forkfuls are ever the same. So look at that. Oh, Amy. Oh, what are you going to top that with? I got to see the toppings. What's on? Oh, here we go. Oh, she's hiding it from us. What do you got, Amy?
Front facing camera. I want to show you this. So this is pickled jalapenos, carrots, and jicama. You can make this at home. I happen to buy these at my local market because we have them, but it's just vinegar, carrots, onions, jalapenos, and some jicama that have been sliced up. You put them in a pot, you boil it with a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of water, and then you just let it sit for a little bit, put it in a jar. They're amazing.
Oh, they look amazing. Oh my God. So again, the beautiful part about bowls is just keep building, right? Keep changing it up, and you don't get bored, right? If you have the same bowl for 1 week, try something new the next week. The other thing that we find with people that when they start building bowls is they don't feel that pressure to always have to make a recipe, always have to find the time to make that recipe and work it through the week, right? You just make the bowls as you go. Ooh, little avocado. You make the bowls as you go along during the week, and you change it up as you see fit. And the other nice thing about it is you start to appreciate all the different flavor profiles, and you might even find some fruits and vegetables and greens that you've never tried before, or that maybe you didn't like in the past. Listen, I tell people all the time, I used to hate asparagus, used to hate it. And so after about 3 or 4 years of being plant-based, I tried some asparagus again. Ooh, little squeeze of lime. Get that citrus in there. Little squeeze of lime. But when I started to eat this way, right, I started to love asparagus. Now asparagus is in probably a bowl twice a week. So the changing of your taste buds, the changing of the different combinations of foods, you might find a combination that you have never, ever tried before and that you absolutely fall in love with. And that's your go-to bowl, right? Share your go-to bowl in the chat. But I mean, my bowl starts with a bed of spinach or arugula. Throw a Japanese sweet potato in there, right? I've already pre-cooked it. I batch cooked it on Sunday. It's ready to go. Heat it up in the oven for maybe 2-3 minutes. Gets it nice and warm. Top that off with my bean of choice, black bean, pinto beans, kidney beans, whatever it is that week. Put a little brown rice on top of that. Again, batch cooked on Sunday. Cook that on top. Then a little frozen mango that's been thawed out, and then top it off with that hot sauce. And I never thought I'd be saying that. Look at that bowl. Wow, Amy,
I know, right?
Beautiful. And how quick was that?
The last thing that I did, this is the chili cheese fries recipe, chili cheese sauce. And I make a batch in the blender, and it is potatoes and carrots. The recipe is in the community. I store it in one of these OXO squeezy jars, and you can throw this in the microwave with the lid open for a minute to heat it up. And then you've got squeezy, plant-based, oil-free, nut-free cheese made from potatoes and carrots that you could drizzle on your bowl.
That sounds delicious. Now, you're not going to leave me and start eating that right away, are you?
Well, John, I really wish that I could teleport you here so you could have lunch with me, because this bowl is going to be amazing. But you see how quickly that came together. When you do a little bit of prep work ahead of time and you batch cook your ingredients. And so one of the things that I batch cooked this week was my roasted potatoes. I mean, these are amazing. Yeah. And I just roast them in the oven with some of my favorite herbs and spices, my salt-free blends, and a little bit of nutritional yeast. I bake them at 400 until they are golden brown. And they are perfect in the refrigerator for several days. You could throw these on salads. You can throw them in bowls. You can eat them as a snack. And you can do so many different things with this bowl. So you saw that bowl. What if you wrap that up in an Ezekiel tortilla? What if you created a big bowl of greens, salad greens, mixed greens, some chopped kale, and then you put all of those ingredients on top of that? What if you did it on top of a pizza? Skip the greens, leave those on the side, but put everything else that I just put in that bowl on a pizza. And then once you have everything on your pizza and you bake it, take it out, put your arugula on top, do your squeeze of lime. I'm telling you, it is an absolutely amazing way to have dinner.
Multi-use of bowl ingredients. Michael
Right?
Batko, Amy, you're going to love this question because we get it all the time, right? Michael Batko asks, where can I get the recipe? That's the beautiful part of building bowls, Michael. There are no recipes. It's whatever you're feeling that day. Maybe I don't feel like mango today and I throw some strawberry on top or cut up apples. It's whatever you're feeling, whatever's in your fridge. And everyone jokes about, oh, I just eat leftovers and what's ever left the day before I go to the grocery store, right? That's what this is like. You eat what's in your refrigerator, add new stuff, add old stuff, whatever you want to add. That's the beauty of all of this. Look at that. Oh my God, Amy. Amy, look to your left. I'm walking into your house right now.
Come help me eat this, John. This is a huge bowl. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you don't like hot stuff, just skip the hot stuff. You can do mild salsa. You can skip the pickled jalapenos, right? That you don't have to have those. Instead of putting jalapenos on there, you could do green peppers or even sweet red baby bell peppers chopped up would be phenomenal on this bowl. If you are doing Dr. Esselstyn's plan, skip the avocado, not a problem. If you don't have firehouse chili, you can just add black beans, or you could add, I have a recipe called lentil crumbles, and I use those to make taco filling. I know that some people make walnut taco filling, so you could add that. There is no wrong answer with doing this bowl. Wait, what if you love pinto beans? You could add pinto beans. If you wanted to turn this into a barbecue bowl, instead of doing the chili cheese sauce over the top, you could drizzle barbecue sauce over this and it would be phenomenal. Just a little sweet kick.
Yeah. You know what, Amy? It's incredible. We've been coaching for 3.5 years with Plantstrong. And one of the two things are, it's too hard. I don't have the time, right? The other one is it's too expensive. Here's the beautiful part. Think about what's more expensive, going out and buying a large bag of ingredients that you use to make one recipe, and now you've got half a bag of stuff that you may never use again unless you make that same exact recipe, or buying the foods that you love in the produce section, adding some grains, adding some beans from the other sections of the grocery store, and having those available to you all week long. A week's worth of meals for stuff you're buying anyway, stuff that you don't have to store because guess what? You're eating it so fast, making beautiful bowls like that.
Also, if you want to try just a slightly different kick, you could do this with our white bean chili. Our creamy white bean chili is amazing with this as well. And, that's one of the cool things about these boxes of our stews and chilies. They are super easy. You don't even need scissors. You can just tear the lid off. There's like a little strip that you tear off at the top. You can put this in here. They're already pre-cooked, so you can throw it on a salad. You don't even have to heat it up. If you're on the go or traveling and you have a box of greens, a box of Firehouse chili, and let's say a package of pre-cooked rice, for example, Lotus makes an amazing, Lundberg Farms also makes an amazing bowl of brown rice that is already pre-cooked, good for travel, doesn't have any oil in it. You could throw that on top of the greens, add the Firehouse chili while you're in a hotel room. You've got a meal.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful part, right? You can do this on the road when you're traveling. Bring the chilies, bring the stews with you in their boxes, right? Go out to the grocery store, buy what do they call them? A clamshell, the plastic clamshell, right? Of spinach, something like that. Buy a can of beans. As long as you got a can opener in your car, if you travel and you prepare, you've got that can of beans. You don't even need the bowl. You don't even need to be traveling with the bowl. You just use the clamshell container from the greens and just add all this stuff on top. No dishes either.
If you travel with a fork, I have a spork that is a spoon on one end and a fork on the other that is BPA-free plastic, and I keep that in my backpack, so I always have that with me, so I can always assemble a bowl whenever I need to.
Yeah, listen, a lot of this is just being prepared, right? It's just being ready to eat this way, whether you're at home, at a friend's house, on the road somewhere. It's all about preparation, and so that just comes down to, are you dedicated? Are you committed to eating this way, right? Or are you out there looking for excuses? I'm too busy. It's too hard. I don't like to cook. I don't like recipes. I'm not prepared, right? This is all about making this life easy, simple, quick, and healthy. Because ultimately, that's the bottom line, is you want to be healthier. That's why you're making the switch, whether it's to lose weight, get off your meds, whatever the reason is. you've made, or you're trying to make this switch in your lifestyle because you want to be healthier. So don't let excuses, it's expensive, too busy, all those excuses, get those out of the way. That's what Amy and I are talking about. There are no excuses for making the switch. You can make this switch and you know how to do it. It's just, do you want to do it? Are you committed to do it? And are you preparing to make that change?
Well, I saw one of our coaching clients that's actually here in chat today talking about different ways that you can do things. And that's what I love about our coaching program. We have so many simple ideas for making this lifestyle easy, sustainable, delicious, and capable of sharing with your friends. You know, when you have friends over and you're worried, what am I going to make for dinner? If I have friends coming, they don't like vegan anything. We have all kinds of ideas for that, for living in a divided household, for how to make this interesting. If you aren't a cook, if you don't know what flavors go with what, we've got tips for that as well. There's so many different things that we have in the Trailblazer coaching program that can make this super, super simple. And, you know, I love to see the people that we've been helping in our coaching program actually making this work and giving great tips to everybody else.
You know, and what's amazing, Amy, is how many people, when we started the program 3.5 years ago, we thought people would come in, do the coaching program, and go on their way, right? Yes. No, these people love to be in the program. They love to be around. They love the community. They show up for the live coaching calls. They share. They support each other. They're there to comfort you. They're there to offer advice. Because listen, when you're in the community, when you're in that coaching community, you may be having an issue, right? Like, oh, I have to go out with my in-laws. No one eats like this. What am I going to do at this restaurant? Right? But somebody in the group has been through that before. Somebody in the group has navigated. Maybe someone in your own neighborhood that you don't even know is in the coaching program until you're in it together, right? And so this is what the coaching is all about is, yes, you've got access to Amy and I, who were there to coach you and support you and give you all the information you need to make this lifestyle change. But you've got an incredible, loving, supportive community that's also there to help you make what can be a difficult lifestyle change, right? We all know getting off of the standard American diet and getting to a whole food plant-based diet can be difficult. It doesn't have to be, though.
It doesn't. And especially we have an entire coursework of PDFs and lectures and Amy's kitchen hacks and all kinds of things, including 70 meals that are super simple to build, just like this one. There are photos and all of the ingredients list for all 70 of those meals that are inside the coursework for our Trailblazer Path program. If you want to have some stash like I do, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Up there, that's where I keep my stash of Plantstrong stuff. Oh, there, you can see it. I've got my stews and my broths, and I've got my Rips Big Bowl up there. Oh, I just have to give you a sneak peek. I have a new recipe that I'm going to be sharing with everybody in a few weeks, right here on Facebook Live. It's it might be in the shape of a bar.
Ooh.
And it might be a little sweet. Might be a little crunchy. Might be a little.
You're hitting all the hot spots, Amy. You're hitting all the hot spots.
I can't wait to share it with you. I'm really proud of this recipe, and I thought the nice cream dream cake was going to be in the summer recipe of my dreams. Yeah, that one's amazing. This one, even better. So that'll be coming up soon. We continue to develop new ideas and new recipes and new ways to make this way of living super simple for you, because we are all on this journey together. Right? This isn't a 7-day thing, even though it starts that way. We hope in 7 days you will find the joy in Plantstrong living so you can keep doing this week after week. But we keep bringing you more and more ideas to make this simple, delicious, and sustainable. So we are so grateful that we have you here with us today on this Fine Friday. We hope to see you back next week and the week after. And anytime we do a Facebook Live, we will be bringing you tools and tips that you can use. And I just wanted to say, John, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to eat this bowl without you.
Damn you, Amy. Oh, I mean, so I'll just have to replay it back and watch how you built that thing, or I can just free roll and do my own, right?
I want to see a picture of your bowl later.
Oh boy, no, you don't want to see a picture of it. We talked about that. So last thing I'm going to say about the coaching program is, yes, we teach you how to eat this way. We give you the tips and the tricks on how to travel. But here's the big thing that we really, really focus on. It's all about your mindset. It's about creating habits, giving up excuses, and really focusing on what's important to you. What's your why? Why are you getting healthy? Why are you wanting to make this change? And then building your identity and your habits around that why. And the big part of that is it makes it sustainable. So it's not just doing it for the 10 weeks or 7 days or whatever it is. It's doing it for a lifetime and getting to a point where, hey, this is just how I live. This is just what I do. So check it out. It's plantstrong.com/coaching. Just go to the plantstrong.com website and feel free to email us if you've got any questions. And listen, there's a lot of the folks here that are in the program, and I'm sure they can attest to, how they've grown, how they've changed, whether they've been with us for 3 months or for 3.5 years.
Well, plus you get to hang out with John and I every Tuesday night, because
how about that?
It's fun, and we love sharing ideas with you. So we have really had fun with this Facebook Live this Friday, making a bowl for you. Believe it or not, this is the first time we've done a kitchen demo together.
How about that?
Isn't that crazy?
And you're leaving me hanging and not letting me have any. Okay, well, this may be the last kitchen demo we do.
No, next time you get to make the bowl.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. We love that you were here with us, and have a wonderful Plant Strong weekend.
Thanks, everybody.